men's singles, Guang, China. Anders Antonsen, Denmark.
Antonsen, fairly popular figure as well. He's can be polarizing some places, but he has got the crowd, I think, on his side here.
Hi, and then.
So the head-to-head is Antonsen's won both their matches. They haven't met though in a long time, since the Japan Open in 2023. Antonsen won very comfortably.
Over there, yeah, serve or receive. Receive, yeah, you serve. So, good luck.
Guang is 28, 178 centimeters tall, and he is from the city of Suzhou in northwestern Jiangsu province. 14th in the world. He has been a top 10 player in January of 2023. Asian Championships this year he was a silver medalist, came third in 2023. A couple of troublesome matches at the beginning, and then suddenly turns it on for the fourth seed, Kodat Naruoka, which was a little bit surprising. You might think he'll say he's probably come to a bit of form here. A man who has won 3 titles on the HSBC BWF World Tour. Most recently, the Korea Open towards the end of last year. Anders Antonsen is 28, taller man at 186 from Aarhus. He is the world number 3. He is formerly a world number 2. That was achieved in September of 2022. World Championships in 2019, he was runner-up. Then in 21 and 23, he was runner-up. Those are his results so far. Dropped a game against Wang Wei, and after that has not looked back, but those are far lower-ranked opponents. This is by far his biggest test to date in this tournament. Yeah, European champion in 2021 and last year, silver medalist in 2017 and 2022. Mai Lang Yen of Vietnam is the umpire. Manit Cham Wan Kong is the Thai service judge. Now, he's won 8 titles on the HSBC BWF World Tour, Anders Antonsen. Most recently runner-up at the Malaysia Open. His last title was the China Masters towards the end of last year. Looking at their records at the Thailand Open, and Guang has been to the quarterfinals in the last 2 years, so this is progress for him to get to his first Thailand Open semi-final. As for Anders Antonsen, he has hit one semi-final. That was back in 2021. Now looking at season so far, hit the final of the Malaysia Open as I mentioned, and 3 second round exits European Championships, All England and Swiss Opens, and the early first round of the Indonesia Masters, which I think is a little surprising for him. He's been a little bit under par so far this season. Guang got to the final of the Asia Championships. Early exit, so the All England and Swiss Opens, first round there, and the second round, Malaysia and India Opens and Indonesia Masters. So also under par. 54% win rate this year, 7 wins, 6 losses. His overall career rate isn't great though, it's at 59%. So he's only a bit below that. I think the crowd slightly more in favour of Antonsen, who's got a 69% win rate this year. His overall career win rate is 74%. So, as I said, this will really help those numbers. Oh, now was that just, yeah, I think it was just a bit wide.
Service over. 1 love.
Couple of quick points for Guang 2.
2 love.
Well, it's a really good start here. Fantastic work for Guang 2.
3 love.
On that smash here, wonderful cross-court smash. I mentioned earlier his last final was the Korea Open. That was in 2024. That was his first title in 6 years since he won the Australian Open back in 2018. In between, he had 3 different finals. That was a special moment for him.
Service over. 1-3.
Right now, Guang just seems to have that little edge, and I just wonder whether it's the excesses of the last few days for Anders Antonsen that might be telling. It's early to say, but Guang just has a bit more of a spring in his step as of now.
You pick up. 4-1 play. Service over. 2-4.
It's a very different atmosphere in the Nimibut Stadium since we had the last Thai player of the day in action. That was Kunlavut. There's a fair few people have obviously gone. They've seen what they, but quite a small number in here. Oh, fantastic there from Anders Antonsen. Yeah, when he won that
Service over.
career open against Li Jiahao of Chinese Taipei, it was a really hard-fought one. Went to 3 games and 21-18 in the third.
Thank you. Antonsen.
Good power in that. Yeah, I've got to say, at the moment,
2.
it's looking very, very good. Guang 2.
Seven, 2.
Up by 5 already, early days, and remember, that's the trickier end. That's better from Antonsen. That's one he ought to be putting away anyway.
Service over. 3, 7. Four, 7.
Maybe now Antonsen just starting to build a little bit more rhythm here. Just seemed to lose his bearings there, briefly.
Service over. 8, 4. Nine, 4.
Well, I think right now, this approach right now is working for Guang 2. He's aggressive, he's fast, he's taking the game to his opponent. Yeah, he's
Service over.
saying he probably looks a bit more comfortable now, but not really able to put a run on. He's got a raised fist there. Lu Guangzhou is happy with how things are going, and so he should be. Oh, that's excellent for Lu Guangzhou. You could see it, the intent right from the very beginning. He took a 3-love lead. He's really not given much quarter to his opponent right now. 11-5 it is at the break of the first game.
Seconds.
Eleven, 5, play. Small 5.
Well, it's up to 7 points now. Now remember, he's going with the drift at the moment. He's hitting his marks though. He is using it to his advantage very, very well. You want to get your attacks in right, you've got to be very accurate here, and it's been the case. He's just been second best for pretty much all of it at the moment. Well, there's the drift, as I was telling you.
Service over. 6-13.
Lu Guangzhou still though with a very good lead. That's nicely done by Anders Antonsen.
7-13.
That's better. Couple of winners in a row for Anders Antonsen. Well, he's now following up each and every smash. Just a little jog, a little bit more movement. I said springing a step early for Lu Guangzhou. It's happening a bit more and more now with Anders Antonsen. Yeah, I can see he's a lot happier. It's quite clear with him. Well, this is by far his best run.
10-13.
And remember, that's now what, 5 points in a row. It was 13-5 a short while ago. He was right back in this game. Some focus here by the world number 3.
11, 13.
Well, this has been excellent from Antonsen. Six points on the trot. Make that 7.
12,
This has been absolutely brilliant. Where was this earlier? You wonder. Oh, it doesn't matter now because he's turning it on. Well, Guang is known for his aggressive attacking style, focusing on controlling the rallies and utilizing those sharp smashers. He is normally adept at minimizing those unforced errors and maintaining discipline during the extended rallies, but that suddenly has kind of lost its way. He's finally ended that run. Of 8 points, that came to an end. Oh, he's done. I thought he did quite well there, Antonsen. Well, Guang with a couple of points in a row now should prevent his opponent from going in front.
14, 13.
Does have the ability to dominate matches, and he has also got the tactical acumen in choosing the right strategies. He had been, until that run from Antonsen, been able to dictate the pace of this match. Now this has been good from
15,
Guang, just as he was starting to feel that pressure.
100%.
He's got a couple of points now to just ease things a bit. And is Antonsen, for his part, known for his precision, speed and attacking nature. That's well wide from Guang.
Service over. 14, 15.
Also likes his flat drives. We've seen quite a few of those. Well, he's such a good counter-attacker, counter-puncher, Antonsen. He loses the point, but boy, he made it hard for Guang here.
14.
He wasn't far off this. Okay, yes, Guang probably knew that was going out. He's got such a good, solid attacking strategy and a fierce net game. Makes his shots quite menacing. Doesn't just rely on brute strength, he focuses on the perfect blend of attack and control to confuse his opponents, pressure them to losing points. Just trails by 1 here.
Service
Well, you could
over.
argue he had no business being this
15,
close, given
16.
where he was earlier. Might be one of the longest rallies we've had so far. I think he had enough. And Antonsen has drawn level for just the 2nd time in this game. He's been behind, remember, the whole time. He's not had the lead. Now, would this be something for him to now go in front at the business end of this first game? "44 shots. It was indeed the longest rally. Guang has been in 12 semi-finals. He's won 8 and lost 4. Nicely done by
16.
Antonsen. That was the first time, by the way, that Antonsen had gone in front in this game, but he couldn't hold on to it for too long.
Service over. 17-all.
Has really tightened quite impressively. Now his semi-final record very different. 23 finals, semi-finals won, 18 lost, for a total of 41 semis. And it's a superb record he's on at the moment in semis. Come back to that. Well, he was, yeah, he's annoyed because he was in firm control of that rally and he couldn't finish it off.
18-17.
Yeah, he wanted to smash that racket for a second. He's won his last 8 semi-finals. This dates back to the Malaysia Open at the start of last year. So that is a superb run at the moment in semis. But Guang is
19-17.
now 2 clear with 2 required for this first game. Guang himself has won 3 of his last 4 semi-final appearances. That dates back to 2022 Australian Open. As I said, a stark contrast. That's a great shot from Antonsen, who it would appear, as I said, is playing on the slightly tougher end, going into the drift. As I said, it's not really quite as drifty as it was yesterday, partly I think helped by the the numbers that we have in here. Guang sets up 2 game points.
Service over. 20, game point 18.
Oh, he's done well, Guang to get there, and he takes the first game. Well, this is brilliant from him. Very, very impressive. He's led from start to almost the finish. There was one brief moment where Antonsen led, but he had no business getting this close, given that he was in real trouble at 13-5, and then put on an 8-point run to really make a game out of it. So that will be frustrating to him that he couldn't do more. Guang takes the first game, 21-18.
Seconds. 20 seconds. Second game. Love on. Play.
A very good first game for Guang, where he was very good at the start. Then it narrowed significantly after brilliant response from Antonsen, where he looked in real trouble. This looks like we could potentially be going into a third if Antonsen prefers this end.
Service over. 1-all.
That's wide from Antonsen.
2,
Got to be focused. He's
1.
sometimes can be his own worst enemy with the frustration that builds.
Service over. 2
Oh,
all.
a long look up, didn't he, Lu Guang Tu?
Service over. 3,
Remember, he
2.
had, first two matches were tough for him, Tira Ratsakun and Shole Aidil. Then a very highly ranked opponent in Koda Naroka in less than an hour and straights.
Service over.
Still being on the court, less
3
time than his opponent.
all. Four, 3.
He will always grab those. Well, it's a tighter start to this one than the first game.
4 all.
That's wide.
Five, 4.
Yeah, a lot of errors, unforced errors from Antonsen in that previous game in the earlier stages. Ooh, that's tight. Yeah, worth a shout.
Lưu Quang Chu challenges.
I thought so
4
too.
in.
I'm going to correct something I said earlier because I was saying that Antonsen was more exhausted playing a lot more time on the court. He actually had a lot less time on the court. I was thinking of the previous match.
Correction out.
I just got it mixed up with Kunla, but in fact Anders Antonsen is
6, 4. Play.
it's not much less, but he's had about half an hour less time on the court than his opponent. So he should be more sprightly, more up for it. And he did look quite languid at times, quite laboured. That's out. Again, you're going back to this year, 7 wins out of 13. Not great for Guang. 11 wins out of 16. Again, just below par for Anders Antonsen. Look at the head-to-head. Antonsen winning both meetings again. They are a while ago. Almost 2 years ago they met at the Japan Open, as I mentioned, and prior to that, 2019's Hong Kong Open. Both comfortable wins for Antonsen. This is the first time, by the way, he's dropped a game against Guang.
Service over. 5-7.
Yeah, he didn't look happy with that, Antonsen. As I said, he's sometimes gets into his own head. But he is a really formidable opponent. Cannot discount him. And again, he's starting to pull away. Guang, similar to where he did in the last game. You'll remember what happened there. Antonsen tends to win more than he loses after going down in the first game. He's won 62% of his matches after losing his first game, so statistically at least, he shouldn't be bothered. Well, I am generalizing there a little bit. Oh, well placed. Nicely done by Antonsen.
Service over. 6-9.
.46 shots, that one. 3 points behind. Oh, that's very, very good. No chance for Guang. A lot of pace on that. Didn't necessarily have to put too much power in. It stayed in.
8-9.
Well, this is the trickier end at the moment for Antonsen. Going by what we've seen over the last few days, I'm not so convinced about the drift today. Oh, what reactions! Brilliant from Antonsen. And after, again, a rather nondescript few minutes,
9-0.
he was trailing 5-9. He's got 4 in a row to now be at 9-all. told you about his smashes. You can see the reaction of Antonsen is furious again.
Service over. 10-9. Thank you. Antonsen, play on.
So at the interval, Guang has the lead as he did in the previous game. It is a smaller one with 2 points, but he has won the first game. This is very nicely poised here in game 2.
Coaches. Eleven, 9. Play. Service over. 10-11.
Now this post-interval session, very important for Antonsen to stay in the match. There is going to be a challenge here from Guang too. Long time this one. Well, I think we are going to get the answer here. Yeah, it's in. It's good. Now, in this entire match, Anders Antonsen
11 on play
has had the lead on 3 separate occasions. I mean, even including right at the start of games where it's inconsequential, and each time he's had the lead for just 1 point. He's just not been able to assert himself in the way he'd like, apart from on the comeback trail that time in the first game. That is one of the best shots I've seen him play today. He made it look effortless.
11.
So, just the 4th time in this game, in this match, that he has taken the lead. Now, can he hold on to it? Guang has to be right on top of things now. Just a little punchy shot there. Good use of
Service over.
the wrists.
12
And again,
all.
once again, Antonsen cannot hold on to a lead for more than a point.
Thank you. Service over.
Again, Antonsen with a lead now. He hasn't had leads so close together like he has here, so you might be just feeling like could be turning a corner. And once again, it's a brief spell in front.
Service over. 13 all.
Just out, I think. It's really, really tightened up. So this is, if you're looking at the trajectory of this match. Now earlier in the previous game, and it was also 13 all after that massive comeback from Antonsen. Guang just held his nerve and he kept himself in front, except for one brief moment where Antonsen took the lead. And for the first time in this match,
15,
he has managed to win consecutive points when in front. This is the biggest lead he's had of 2 points. You know, you might be thinking, well, what's the significance? The significance is that, first of all, it's happening in the second game, which he needs to win to stay in the match. And secondly, may just be a little turning point for him, because he's not been able to do this until now. And look at that, he just looks
13.
far more up for it than before. He had a quick look at the umpire there as well. No issues, it would appear. 3 points in front now. He seems to be far happier on this side, doesn't he? Look at that. This is by far his best performance on this side now.
17, 13.
He had a 4-point run earlier. He's on a 3-point run now, 4-point run now. It's the same as before, but it's happening at the business end, and he leads by 4. So Guang knows he's got to do something here. He's in trouble.
18, 13.
It's a good lead that he has, Anders Antonsen. Very hard now to supplant that. You see what I mean? Everything's going his way all of a sudden.
19, 13.
Both players have certainly enjoyed being on this nearer end. Certainly Antonsen more than Guang was much closer in that game. Lots of body shots here into that midriff sort of area, which is very hard to repel, very hard to return. And Antonsen has 7 game points. Well, he accelerated brilliantly. At 13 all in the last game, he couldn't do this. After getting 8 points in a row, it was Guang who went on to win. Here, Antonsen, he strings 8 points at the right time in this second game, just like he did in the first. But it was at the end of the game that takes him to 1 all, 21-13.
For 1, 20 seconds. Top 1, 20 seconds. Final game. Lock on. Play.
So in this third game, the momentum as of now would be with Anders Antonsen. I was going to say earlier that for Guang generally, after winning the first game, he generally goes on to win 59% of the time. It's a lot lower than Anders Antonsen. Now, in theory, Antonsen is playing on the tougher end, so he wants to get as good either a lead or be close enough to his opponent by the break when they will swap. Of course, they will have both gleaned enough information by now on that end. Well wide. Guang tends to win about 60% of matches in 2 games. that's all done now. He's got to look at his record in the deciding game. His record's about 58% or so of the time does he win deciding games.
2.
Antonsen wins 63% of deciding games, so that's the advantage, you would think. Again, with the head-to-head and the ranking.
Service over. 3-all. Four, 3. Thank you.
Just 4 times in his career has he beaten a top 3 player, Guang. Not an easy task, of course. The last time he did it was at the Denmark Open last year in the second round when he beat Jonathan Christie of Indonesia. And world number 3.
Service over. 4-all.
Tends to do it every 3 years or so. The last 3 times, out of the 4 times, he's it's been 2024.
Service over.
22 and 2019, somewhere almost 3 years. Not easy, to be fair. And Antonsen will have the bit between his teeth. He will have adapted as well to that end.
Service over. 5-all.
A little bit more positivity around him now. Coming up to an hour now on the court.
Stay on court.
So we had a bit of a pattern where it was around this stage where, in the previous 2 games, where Guang just started to take a bit of a lead. I think many of us could probably empathise with Antonsen when things don't quite go his way. He probably wants to do something with this racket and controls himself.
Service over. 7-6.
Oh, he just lost his footing there. Still got the shot in. I don't know how he did that. It was very good. Antonsen got his composure back here. Well, he did well there, didn't he?
6.
This is when he had problem. He was wrong-footed. Still got a great shot in. Wouldn't quite go over for Guang too. I had to try and play that as flat as possible.
Understand? Eight, 6. Play.
He's in a bit of a groove here, Anders Antonsen.
9-6. Service over. 7-9.
Yeah, difficult from to scramble back like that.
Service over. 10-7. (11-7) interval. CHN.
So at the interval there, he jogs back to it. His side there, Anders Antonsen, but he's in good shape at 11-7, a good lead of 4 points for the Dane.
For Guang, 20 seconds. Guang, 20 seconds.
你是58先犯错，就告诉自己我先我先犯错，有可能是他先犯错，好，就跟他斗，好，手板先防板，啊，软牙去做这个，让他尽可能的。
11-7. Play. 12-11.
Five-point lead now. Anders Antonsen, Guang 2. He knows this is going to get really tricky. Got to do something here. That's a really good shot on the backhand.
Service over. 8-12.
How about that? Lovely flick there. Taking his time here. Well, is this the comeback trail for Guang 2? We shall see.
9,
He's
12.
done well the last couple of points. Starting to tighten up again. That's out. Delight for Antonsen. Yeah, he's
Service over.
happy, much happier now, isn't he?
13-9.
I think he'll be disappointed with that. Guang 2, they played quite well up to that point. That's out again. 2-1 forced errors from the Chinese shuttler.
14-9. Understand? Just show him. Understand? Show the wet foot.
Again, now after the good work earlier, it's kind of been undone. He's trailing by 5 again, Guang 2.
Thank you.
No, it's looking like Lu's just a little bit more impatient and frustrated.
Service over. 10-14. Gone long. He's not
necessarily making it easy for himself.
Antonsen. Come here. End of the rally, not go back to your coach. When end of the rally, not go to your coach. Play on.
Don't head towards your coach was the bit of advice he was given by the umpire.
Twelve, 14.
They're really scrapping away, aren't they, for each and every point. And it stayed in. That's good work from Guang too, and at 12-7 and then 14-9. 5-point leads have been whittled down to just 1 point. Six of the last 8 have gone Guang Tu's way. Make that 7 of the last 9.
14 on.
Seven of the last 9 have gone Guang Tu's way, so he's starting to build some momentum here. Back in front.
Service over. 15-14.
He's happy. Loves the psychological games as well. I'm a master at that. That's beyond Guang Tu. The crowd like it. And he's getting them on his side, and they're loving it. They're playing up to it.
16-14.
He wants more out of them. Well, in the last 2 years, when it comes to the deciding game, Anders Antonsen has won 62% of the time. And that just gives you an idea of where he is in terms of recent form. And there's the Danish fans getting right behind, plus it would seem quite a few of the Thai fans. So it's 62% for him. Guang Tu, it's about 61%. There's really not much between them. Every point now, leading by 3. You take any advantage you can, including having the crowd on your side. Tell you what, there's some good shouts here for the Chinese player as well. This has been a good tussle, isn't it, between the two?
17. Thank you. (15, 17, play).
Some Antonsen fans there. Three, the key number here. That's the lead for Antonsen.
18,
And that's
15.
his need to win as well. Every point now he wins, he's doing that. Yeah, he's stretched. Guang there. He's pumped up. We might get a little talking to, I hope not. No, thankfully not.
19,
Wasn't directing it at his
15.
opponent. Look at that. It's because of the shot prior to this that Guang made. Antonsen forced that.
Fantastic.
It's been played out on the stadium on two big screens this right now, and the crowd again giving their approval.
Thank you.
2 points left in it. Court 2 is done and dusted. All eyes focused on this court now. Feng Yangtze and Huang Dongping have won their mixed doubles semi-final. And he's doing it again. Cupping his ear as if to say, I cannot hear you. 5 match points. Well, you can only imagine how he's going to react if he wins this. There you go. Seen him do this before. He really gets the crowd behind him. It is such a big boost, isn't it? Five match points for Anders Antonsen. First one saved by Guang.
Stay on top.
There you go, Chinese fan. Still hoping
Start is over.
for something to happen here for
16,
Guang.
20.
Another fine win for Anders Antonsen. Look at this. Look at that reaction. A fantastic performance from him to come back after losing the first game. That's the 24th final of his professional career. and his 9th semi in a row that he has won, dating back to the Malaysian Open at the start of last year. He has superbly harnessed this crowd in his favor. Well, he'll have to do that today, because tomorrow he's not going to have very much support. Maybe some of these guys here, as he plays the world champion in Antonsen. One lucky fan there grabbing hold of his sweat-soaked shirt. He's absolutely stoked, isn't he? And why shouldn't he be? It's been superb from Antonsen. He has really played it up today. It has been fun to watch, as always with this man. He's compelling viewing, isn't he? And the crowd obviously love this stuff. Big moment for Anders Antonsen. The Danish second seed beats Guang, the 8th seed from China, 18-21, 21-13, 21-16 in 1 hour, 20 minutes. Delight for him. It's his first Thailand Open final. One last match to go here, and it's mixed doubles. Gao Jiasuan and Wu Mengying of China take on Hong Kong, China's 3rd seeds, Tang Chunman and Se Ying Sweat. It's the last match here on semi-final day, Court 1, the HSBC BWF Thailand Open 2025 here in the Nimibut Stadium in Bangkok. Mixed doubles now. We just saw Feng Yang-te and Huang Dongping in action. But right now it's Gao Jiasuan and Wu Mengying, their compatriots, playing Hong